Well, welcome to another video. Now, before I continue, let me just state this. All the calculations for this video are in a paper I've written as normal. It's below this video on YouTube. You can just see the link and click on it and get it. It's very simple to understand. And what it does is look at the costs associated with running an EV today compared to running a petrol or diesel car. And especially with the government probably imposing this 3p per mile charge for EVs, and that's even if you go abroad. If you're motoring in France, you still have to pay it. So I just wanted the message out there how stupid the government are. The very people who want to be promoting EVs are actually now loading on costs to make them much more expensive in terms of running them than diesel or petrol. Now, before we go any further and get people upset, all the calculations are in the paper below this video, every bit of it. It's all clear, and I'm not anti-EV. I've actually got one. I bought it because, well, I'm a bit of a nerd and I love the automatic drive and I get it. It relaxes me on motorways and A roads, etc. So I love that. Most people don't like that, even fellow EV owners, but I do. And that's the only reason I bought it. I just don't want anyone to subsidise EVs. It's a free choice. If you want an EV, buy one, but don't expect your neighbour or the state to help you buy it, right? Now, what we've got here is the state promoting EVs and at the same time putting huge taxes on them and huge loads. So if you're going to charge an EV on the public, in the public system and the public charges, it's more expensive than petrol or diesel. In fact, 47% more. Proof is in the paper below. Now, in the paper below, I've looked at different costs. I've looked at insurance costs. Well, that's up for an EV. I've looked at maintenance costs. That's down for an EV. I've looked at depreciation. That's up for an EV, and so on. And I've worked it all out at pence per mile to give a global figure as well as just the fuel costs. The fuel costs are the 47%. So now what I'll show you is some of the summary points from the paper, but I'm asking you really to read the paper and then by all means comment and so on. Now, I will say this. EVs basically, I think, are just for the people who are more affluent, if you like. I'm lucky, I could afford one. I just don't want anyone. I didn't have anyone. I had no subsidy on it. But I'm lucky. I can charge mine at home overnight, and that is quite cheap. I get the fuel at a fraction of the price that I pay in a public charger. But a lot of people can't do that. They haven't got their own drives. They haven't got their own chargers. There's no option for them to have it. If they're living in flats, terraced houses, all sorts of things, they can't do it. And so what's happening here is it's being made, although it's more expensive, it's really only for the more well-off. And I think that's wrong, because it seems to be the plan is to do away with vehicles for you, plebs, I'll call you, if you like, because I'm one. I can run. It's up to the government to trying almost to get rid of transport for you. That's what they're doing in every single direction. And so before I go any further, let me just now start to highlight some of the points of the paper, and all I'm going to do is ask you to read it. By the way, it's a repetition of the government doing the diesel car thing. Let's get diesel cars, encourage you to get diesel cars. Oh, no, don't get diesel cars, we're going to punish you. It's all happening again. Anyway, here are some points from the paper. Well, here is the paper. British government set to destroy the EV market that it once promoted. Using public chargers, it now costs 47% more per mile in fuel costs to run an EV than to run a petrol or diesel car. And for total costs, and these include depreciation, an EV comes out at £1.38 a mile, petrol at £1.08 a mile, and diesel at £1.06 a mile. So overall, the EVs are 28% more expensive than petrol in overall cost to run. So that's the situation. And actually, even if you charge at home, they're not cheap to run. So there we are, a very simple paper really. It's all detailed in there. Look forward to your comments. And that's the wrap up for this short video. Thank you for watching. By the way, please share and like. Helps. Bye.